Slovenia will start things off on the service line. That's Tina Earnout. Earnout, the captain, 32 years old. He's played over 140 international matches. And so you see Slovenia on the right in blue and Team USA on the right in white. I clearly don't know my lefts or rights. And we'll get things going. First serve. Pass is over. Back row attack. Makes it look so smooth. Earnout getting one early here. He's the captain of the team. He also, Salima, played beach volleyball. He actually won an under-19 world championship in 2005. So I'm sure he's going to get crafty back there, too.
Absolutely going to get crafty. But this tough serve, they're going to continue to work DeFalco and that seam between he and Sander here.
That's a pretty good pass for USA. Out to Sander and a block, but it immediately went off Sander. It just looked like a ping pong match.
Yeah, it hit the block, then it hit him, then the antenna. We'll see a few different rattles here.
Wow, even slow motion was hard to tell, and it did tick the antenna though, so Slovenia's got an early 2-0 lead. Earnout having to change balls. Due to COVID protocols, you see there's no ball rotation here, so players always have to go to the back of the net, or back of the court rather, and grab a fresh one that's been sanitized. Good pass for USA, out of the middle, and wow, great block there from Payank to start things off. One of the block leaders at Volleyball Nations League, 15 so far coming into this game.
They know on a perfect pass that they can get this ball to David Smith. He likes to cut that ball back. It's a nice dive by Payank there in that angle.
Nice little service run for Slovenia to start things off. Earnout going back to serve for the 4th time. That one's way off the net for USA. Sanders, deep swing. Nice attack off hands, and USA gets their first point.
That's a big swing by Sander. They're going to need a lot of that tonight with the tough serving of Slovenia being off the net, just finding some room and some space on top of that triple block.
There's a look at John Sparrow, the head coach for USA. Micah Christensen, one of the players who's going to be representing USA at the Olympics, back to serve. Sterny goes high off hands. And there's going to be a whistle. And it's Slovenia that's going to challenge mid-rally for a center line fault. And I'm not sure if we're going to get a view of it, but there's actually a big red button on the bench, and the assistant coach can hit it at any point, but you have to hit it mid-rally if you want to challenge something.
Right, that's what you heard. Everyone was kind of looking around like, what does that sound? It's not quite like a ref whistle.
Even I was like, okay, hold on.
What's happening?
Was there a missed ball handling? Yeah.
So we'll see if we see that, or able to see that center line violation.
So there you can see Stern land on the line, but you're allowed to touch the line. You just can't be fully over. Oh, and pardon me, on the other side, Sander also touching the line. It was the same position both sides.
Right. Yeah, so his foot had to be completely underneath the net and not touching the line for it to be a fault.
So USA is going to keep the ball, and in that case, it's not a reserve. You actually lose the point if you challenge unsuccessfully. Really high hit there. Dug up by Shoji. Both hitters going high off hands, and there, Chebel will get his first kill of the game. Slovenia getting the ball back, up 4-2. Payank serving. There's a nice swing out of the back row, and Ropret, the setter for Team Slovenia, is going to want that back. Great positioning, though.
He was in the right spot, but DeFalco has been hitting this ball so well throughout the VNL, running this back row attack that's so fast. They have 4 attackers at any given moment, so it's hard to decide who to block.
Nice rip there, tight pass. And that's going to go back to USA as Ropret cross the plane of the net as the setter. You can get up there and jump, but the minute the ball crosses and you're contacting it in your back row, that's an illegal contact. Beltret complaining, he thought he was good. We're gonna see a replay here. You can see you know, that's a tough one. That's really close, and with one referee.
It's very tough.
And hey, you know, maybe the ball never lies. Slovenia gets the ball right back.
No.
Great pass from DeFalco, right back to Anderson, and it's a kill for US. 36-year-old middle blocker, the most veteran member of this squad. Chebol, tight, goes off hands, and he didn't have a lot of options there. That set was really tight to the net.
You know, and I think they like doing that, setting that off ball close so they can see the block in front of them, use the hands if they have the opportunity. Here's that tough serve, but Chebol's so good at getting high, getting his feet there in place, and just hits it out of bounds.
Pass way off the net. Back to Anderson, and there's a rip, and it's just 7-5. Good pass from Shoji. Back row. At first I thought it was to Holt because it was such a short, quick set. Great kill there for Sander.
You'll see Holt hold the middle blocker.
Who was named the MVP of Nations League in 2019, back to serve for USA. Great coverage down the line. Slovenia getting it back. High attack. Great diving play for Anderson, and USA is going to live a little longer in this. Nice dig again, this time from Sander. Roll shot. Slovenia picks it up. And a kill for Stern. Wow. What a rally, a mega rally early in the first set, and hey, buckle up.
So much offense and so much power coming from both teams. Not sure you're going to see in this mega rally. We'll let it run a little bit and have you just enjoy it, but some incredible defensive plays, controlling the ball. Here's that effort by Anderson, keeping it alive. Slovenia on the other side, transitioning out of this play. And a nice, smart swing off the hands of that third blocker. Christensen shows up, tries to get that triple block going, but Stern with the finish.
This coach in a row a lot. I like that. So
hey, I love that flat on that roll.
that's his coach. All
right, boys. Hey, one side out. Let's go. Hey, row 4, float server coming. Let's go. Yeah?
1, 2, 3.
You know what I'm saying? I think
Slovenia leading by 2 in this first set against the USA. Kozamernik, 25 years old, serving. High set for DeFalco. Nice dig from the back row. Another tight set, and that one will go back to Slovenia.
And this is what Slovenia does so well. Out of system when they're off the net. They keep the ball alive, but they can transition and score from balls that are, you think, are done and over. It's a nice swing off the top of the block by Ernau.
And USA will get their side out off of a miss from Slovenia. But Team USA still trailing by 2. Neither of these teams have by any means locked up a spot in the playoffs, but Slovenia is currently in 3rd position. However, if they were to lose all of these 3 games in this upcoming round, they would be out of a playoff position. Wow, nice angle there from Ernau. He's one of the tax leaders at Volleyball Nations League. That probably is his 99th attack of the tournament.
So good, so fast off the ground and hits so many sharp angles, Ernout.
Tight pass, right back to Slovenia. Stern pulling it back down the line. Cuddy shot for the opposite hitter.
That ball is a little bit low in a fast transition play here. Just a little step close and chops it off the hands of Sander. Smart play by Stern.
Timeout USA.
Well, on the report. Okay. Okay, yeah, if you come back, I'll get on the
Hey, they're pretty crafty.
Yeah.
So all of these awkward plays, like these overpasses that are fast, must be super fundamental and be super crisp.
Hey, let's put some pressure on them.
Hey, one pass. 1, 2, 3. You know what I'm saying? We'll make all right. Hey, they're making really good shots. We're forcing them to do it. We're giving it.
Stern, the opposite, when he's like that, whereas the fast play doesn't have good runway, he's just like...
Ropret, the setter for Team Slovenia, back to serve. Nice pass from USA, back to Anderson. And that one will be a kill right to position 6. And I think that serving passes way off the net. Back to Ernout. Nice dig from Anderson. This one's tight. And Ernout, wow, tricky play. Good dig from Holt. Back to Ernout. This time going way high off hands, putting a lot of balls right towards Holt. And an error for the opposite hitter for Team USA, Matt Anderson.
You mentioned a nice defensive effort by Max Holt on the side of USA. Christensen comes flying across. He was in on that triple block, so he has to run all the way across the court to set that second ball.
Slovenia applying the pressure early, up 12-8. One-on-one block there. As Chebel is going to get the ball right back. A tip, nice high over, dug up by Anderson. And Sanders had a huge angle on that, but popped it really high off of the block and out.
He saw the block in front of him, but this is a nice play by Slovenia, getting Matt Anderson just out of the play. Like, that's by design, so they can get their block set on Sander, but Sander sees it well and hits high inside the hands, off those hands.
Christensen serving. Pretty good pass for Slovenia, and they go right to their middle. Fantastic attack from Hayek.
Well, that run is just, it's so fast and high. You'll see the setter's off the net, but still able to fire that ball in there quickly to Hayek, who's so physical in the middle.
And Selima, we talk about excellent receptions and successful receptions. That one's successful, maybe not excellent, but to be able to run that, how important is that?
I mean, it's so important to be able to keep the middles off balance on the other side and firing that ball in at any time.
There's a really high swing for Anderson, and USA will get the point back, and the Americans look pretty fired up right now, even though they're down 13-10.
Here's that swing by Anderson. You see the whole defense is shifted to the left side of the court. They know where he wants to hit that ball. They're in the right spot. This just goes so high and flat, you can't even chase it down.
Great serve from Sander. Back to Chebel down the line, and not his hardest attack, but definitely well-placed one.
Well, and he gets on it quick. When they pass Slovenia, when they pass that ball to the left side of the court, they still run it with some tempo. This is a fast ball. He sees it well, fast arm, and beats the block.
Chebel in the huddle there with some expressiveness. Slovenia up 14-10. and attacking.
Well, that was an impressive play because he ripped that jump serve right at DeFalco. Handled it, likes that pass to attack. You see him fading away from the court. Hits it wrist away. A little frustration there. Side of Kovacic.
Smith serving for USA. And the attack is long. Slovenia will get the touch. You could see right away that Kozamarinik was asking for it. There's going to be a challenge, though, from Team USA.
See, Holt's saying no touch. You know, they want the touch. This is always the case, though, so we'll see.
There's some acting involved in volleyball, isn't there?
There is, for sure, but it's tough with the challenges. You don't want to waste one. So you want to be honest with, hey, coach, yes, I touched it, I nicked it a little bit.
And we're seeing, actually, the challenge is being, I believe, called back. There was no, the challenge was, originally we thought there was one being asked for, but now looks like John Sparrow has decided, nah, he's going to save that one. Yeah. Save it for later. Wow, almost an ace, but a pancake from Sander, and great transition to DeFalco. That pass was about 3 feet off of the ground. I can't even believe they got it set up.
I'm not sure how Sander got underneath this taped ball. You have to keep your momentum going forward when the ball hits the tape, and that's exactly what Sander does. Driving underneath him. Look at this ball by Soji, perfectly placed, and a nice blast off the hands by DeFalco.
Anderson, who took last year off back to serve. He actually made his first debut in over a year here at Volleyball Nations League. Free ball for Team USA. DeFalco rips it off Robret, but Robret gets a piece of Holt when it came down, and Slovenia is now taking a 16-12 lead at the second technical timeout.
Too bad, too bad. Hey, we're doing a nice job serving and getting some medium passes. We just got to capitalize on a couple of these transition opportunities, okay? A couple of these trans opportunities. That's all we got to do, okay? Well, keep competing. We're in a good spot. No, we're doing some good things. We're doing some good things. That's a nice run right there. Nice speed.
Hey, float serve,
Yeah, good serve.
Taylor, step left here, we're going to shift a little bit. TJ, take it with your hands maybe. Oh, you got to stay neutral. Go in front of Taylor, Taylor, go behind you.
Good,
Hey, let's go. One ball, side out.
1, 2, 3.
USA! Here we go. We're finding our side out rhythm. That's nice. That's nice. We get chances here. Here we go.
So you get to listen into that USA timeout and having a lot of information, but talk about, well, look at these stats first. Positive receptions. Slovenia only had 18%, USA at 53%. But Eric Soji kind of controlling that back row, the libero taking over. Hey, you need DeFalco, you go in front of Sander here and just serve receive. It's nice to see the players step up and do that.
Impressive that Slovenia is leading 16-12 despite some subpar passing. There's a great pass for USA. DeFalco crushes it right in that back corner. Big block, though, for Holt. Thunder. Woo!
Holt getting there, closing the block. This is what he does so well. He's actually tied right now in the Volleyball Nations League for blocks per set. He had that record in 2019 at 8. We'll see if he can beat that tonight.
And there, you don't see a middle often. Payek passes it and gets the kill. We spoke about Holt being one of the best blockers. I know that wasn't a block, but Payek also one of the top 20 blockers. So when they're matched up together, you wonder if that's a little game within the game.
It's a fun matchup, and when the middle passes the ball as a setter, I love giving them the ball. Here you go, great pass.
It's a reward. Robret now back to serve. That pass is off the net, but Christian Chin gets in there, takes it with his hands, triple block, recycled by USA. And a fabulous tip over, 3 people on the ground there, and Anderson is fired up.
Smart play by Matt Anderson. The defense is super deep on him. You see this double block. They don't get that triple in there like sometimes they like to do. It was almost up. No argument on the side of Slovenia right now. Oh man, what an effort by the defense on the side of Slovenia.
It always feels good too to see 3 players on the ground and the ball isn't up. Bolt going to work on the service line and an ace. You mentioned before how strong he is at serving, but all around, he was named the best middle blocker of Volleyball Nations League in 2019 when the team placed second.
Well, he has so much experience on the court, so physical and smart with his entire game.
So USA has gotten to within 1. They were trailing by 4 earlier. Tip over really high, and you only see 2 people on the ground, but that doesn't matter. Stern has gotten them back to a 2-point lead.
Stern smart with this ball. Anderson very deep down the line, waiting for him to blast either off the hands of Christensen. So that's another part of the game. Do they try to hit high and deep over the setter? How deep do you have to stay back down the line? Smart play by Stern.
Good pass for USA. And there's a crank down the line, but it's out by about a foot.
This pass, actually, they get it going in pretty good rhythm. Anderson just missed that ball line. He's trying to find it over there on that D ball right now.
(19-16) for Slovenia. They'll go back to Anderson. This time he takes some speed off and a deep arm swing. I thought Sander was... So we're going to see Christensen in the back court now, setting for USA and serving. And there, oh, almost a dig. You can see the frustration as Christensen couldn't get it up.
Pyank is just so fast, so good. You see Smith has to gather a little bit. He wants to take away the angle, the power angle, and he just cuts it right by him. Pyank, unbelievable play.
Middle attack now, this time Smith, one of our players to watch, gets involved, and we've seen a lot of action from the middles early here.
Yeah, they want to get him going if they can. First of all, because they can beat the block, they're faster than the block, but then that sets up the back row attack for both teams. They have very fast back row attack, so then it becomes a guessing game.
Out to Chebel! A lot of space to work with, and a nice kill from the best outside hitter of the 2015 CEV European League.
He's just so physical, so high. Could hit that ball pretty much wherever he wanted at that point. A nice one-on-one opportunity for Chebel.
A miss for Slovenia, and a big chance here for USA as they just trail by 2.
Stan was trying to go after DeFalco there down the line hard and thread that needle, just missed wide.
Smith back to serve, another one of the players that's going to be at the Olympic Games in Tokyo in a month. Perfect pass there for Slovenia. Nice attack out of the middle, dug up. Ripped there, and there's going to...
They transition back here.
Smith trying to even it up. That pass is way off the net, but Ropret pops it up. Over bump. Good digs from Team USA. DeFalco, and 2 touches. They have to put it right back over. Great dig from Slovenia. Another fantastic dig. Neither team wanting to go out easy, and Chebel, you guessed it. He's the one that's going to end this rally, and the Slovenia bench is on their feet. They're up, they're cheering, but they're going to storm the court.
They should. Some unbelievable defensive effort on the side of Slovenia, both sides. But that's the tool. That's what makes Chebul so effective. He doesn't just bounce balls. He can tool off the edge as well. So smart.
We're going to see a substitution into the game for Slovenia. Number 10, Sacho Štalkar, entering the game. And Chebul back to serve. He's one of the ace leaders here. 13 coming into this. Takes the tape. Holt out of the middle. And this is a very, very electric set.
Well, it's just a lot of firepower. They're passing well. You have some of the best middles in the world battling against each other. And it's just so much fun to watch. Holt beats that block, that right side block.
So Ropret back into the game, and now we're going to see Slovenia call a timeout.
È normale, abbiamo una ricezione perfetta ogni 10, anche loro giocano primo tempo, ragazzi, non ci state a pensare, loro non ci pensano, quindi sappiamo, prepariamoci posto 1, che il 4 è sempre in aiuto con la ricezione perfetta, ok? Adesso attenzione a questa palla che può scendere avanti, Ehi, può scendere avanti, Dai, via!
Dai, mamma!
Slovenia up 22-21, but they want to stop the bleeding. They were up by 4 points earlier in this set, 16-12, but USA's got themselves back into this in a good position. Matt Anderson back to serve. And the hit is just out, and maybe a case of Urnaut trying to be too cute.
I think he sees that big block in front of him, wants to go around it, and it's a little bit outside the antenna, so he has to make a move and try to keep that in play with some heat. He missed a little wide. Spurall getting out of the way.
And Team USA has tied things up 22-all. Back out to Urnaut. That one's dug up. DeFalco is blocked. Huge fist bump there from Kazamernik. One of the best middle blockers at the European Championship. Slovenia gets their lead back.
This is a nice hang.
Slovenia serving up 1. Back out to DeFalco. And it's a rip just out. Oh, pardon me.
For Slovenia.
22-all. Or 23-all. That's a great block touch from USA. One-on-one for Anderson, dug up by Chebul. The pass is going to be tight. Holt setting it up. And Sander! Crafty play at the right time. And USA has got set point.
Couple big digs from Slovenia, keeping it alive, but they send this free ball over, and there's the no-look behind the back flipper thing.
It looks like a slam dunk. Is he a basketball player? Slovenia taking a timeout.
Ok ragazzi, io non mi aspetto che batta corto, però facciamoci attenzione. Vediamo, perché se battono forte è ok tenerla in mezzo, ma se non spingono tanto mettiamola sta palla a rete, ok? Dai, via! Ajde, še. Borio to pikto, ajde, dej.
24-23 against Slovenia. Nice attack out of the back row. Ropret seeing the court and allowing his hitters to just get some great opportunities there, one-on-one almost.
And Shovel coming out of the back row. Don't forget, that's what you cannot forget, the back row attack of Slovenia. Both teams have such an effective back row attack. You have to keep an eye on it.
So once again, we're tied up here, 24 all. Anderson out of the back row. That one's tipped, pancaked up. Wow, great dig from DeFalco, really deep. Triple block, and that hit his way out. Slovenia has their set point now.
We'll see if we get a challenge there, but a nice stab by DeFalco out of the back row, keeping this going, and Shoji set that ball way from the other side of the court.
And we're gonna see Sparrow now calling a challenge. He believes there was a block touch, but that looks like it's clean over top of the block. And timeout, USA.
Come back out.
All right, good chance. Good chance. Go. All right.
Third one. Here we go. Hey, battle this ball. Battle this ball.
So it's hard to hear what Team USA says in their timeouts. I know that sometimes they try to be discreet. They don't want to let other teams hear their strategy.
Yes, I mean, that's been a thing. We've heard it before, so, you know, we may not get a lot of it. I'll see if I can guess, but that's all I can do.
So USA had a set point. They were up 24-23, but as you can see, Slovenia's put a couple points together, and now they have a chance to take a 1-0 lead in this match. And a miss! USA gets the ball back.
It's a good timeout. A server that can rip off a couple of serves.
So it still says set point for some reason, but it is 25-25. Passes off the net, Rob Prep gets it up, nice cross-court attack.
That angle by Arnault, he's coming in straight ahead, and then he cuts it right inside of Smith. Look at this arm, all the way across his body, but with heat and power. Can't even defend it.
Slovenia now has their second set point. Remember, USA had one a few points ago. Look at Max Holt, who's liberoed off right now. Smith in the front row. Slovenia up 26 to USA. Pass way off the net. Kovacic setting it. Oh, and it's a block for USA. Triple block, and you can see Christensen in the back there.
There's the baby shark, I believe. That's what...
So there's going to be a challenge by Slovenia. They believe there was a net touch. And back to that baby shark. Do you know what that story is?
I just know it's a TikTok thing, and I saw them doing it. We asked for fans to let us know what on earth he was doing, and a lot of people messaged us, and that's what it is.
I think there should be maybe a VNL TikTok challenge then. Who can do the best baby shark? Okay, here's a look at the review. No net touch.
No.
And a miss, and it just seems like both the times teams get set point, they can't complete it on the service line.
You have a slowdown with a timeout. You have a slowdown with a challenge. That can ice your servers as well.
Pajank, though, one of the ace leaders at Volleyball Nations League, back to serve for Slovenia. Perfect pass. Nice dig up of Smith. One-arm dig for Christensen. Facing a triple block, and it's a kill, and Payang just ran out of steam there. He's a middle blocker, but he got on his horse a little bit.
He did. He was trying, and that's tough. Like you said, for a middle in that left back. This is a nice swing by Sander, intentionally going high off the hands. Payang just can't chase it down because he's way underneath the block. A little too shallow.
Team USA with their third set point, serving 28-27, and it's another miss. Teams, if I think I'm keeping stats correctly, there's been 4 misses now out of the 5 set points total in this match. We're only in set 1.
Sander saw that space between Libero and the sideline, just missed.
Stern serving for Slovenia. Just a feather kill from Smith. And now USA has their 4th set point.
That was Smith doing a nice job keeping that ball in play. Mishits it, catches the line. That's a lucky point for the USA right there.
So you gotta wonder how much Smith is thinking about making his serve versus missing it right now. 29-28 for Team USA. Chance to close off set 1 right here. Tight set. Joust at the net. And a back row bang from Sander. Woo, and you can see Team USA's bench literally cleared. That was Pound Town.
That deserved a baby shark. I don't know when it comes into play, but wow. What a way to finish.
So Team USA takes a marathon set 1, 30-28, and we knew, Salima, that this was going to be a battle.
Well, what a fun match already. Both teams going so hard on defense, doing really well out of system. I mean, it's just been all we expected so far.
And I know we all want to look at that kill there for Team USA to end the set 1. We're getting that queued up for you right now. It was so fast, I don't even know if slow-mo will do it justice.
Now, coming out of the back row, again, both teams with such an effective back row attack, but this is so quick over top of the middle.
Dropped right back to Stern, and a solo block, but he crushes it, and that is a super spike for Slovenia to start things off.
Perfect pass. This is what we were talking about, getting Slovenia that opportunity to swing one-on-one, and you give Arnaut this, or Stern this swing, he is gonna crush it.
Payang back to serve. 35 years old. And just out, and USA will get the ball back. And the 24-year-old outside hitter DeFalco will now go back to serve. He just finished 2 seasons pro with Calippo here in Italy. He's going to Poland next season. High off hands, and that's a kill for Chebul. One of Robert's favorite targets in this match so far.
Look how far Robert is off the court, flinging that ball out there for him, and he knows that Holt's right in front of him. And Chebul just blasting as hard as he can to get that ball to go out of bounds.
Nice pass from Shoji. Great high touch off of the Anderson attack. One right back. Everybody's playing defense way out of the court, and Holt! And Stern was off the net and didn't seem to get the approach he wanted to, but still makes it work. Block touch there. Point Slovenia.
This ball's a little bit deeper than he'd like and wide. Came down a little funny as well, but he's got such a $1 million arm, he can really find his way through the block.
Christensen looked like he was going for a second one. Nice dig there. USA gets the ball back. This time Smith out of the middle. And Christensen just was everywhere in that rally. Attacking, setting things up, really being deceiving.
Well, and he started with that first play that was tight, intentionally putting into the block, moving it around, and keep it going to the middle. They're having success out of the middle right now.
Best setter at Volleyball Nations League in 2019. And there's a kill for Earnout. And we saw him a lot early in the first set, but not so much nearing the end there of the marathon.
Yep, they were counting a little bit more on Jabul. And you see him inside the court, fading his way out of the court. Smith doesn't get his hands completely over the net there. It's a nice swing by Earnout.
Kozamernik serving for Slovenia. Just over. Christensen, fantastic play. Nice dig cross court for Rawpret. This one's going to be tight. Smith electing to play it to Christensen, and nice attack out of the middle. Great dig for Stern. Anderson rips it cross. Some great digs from Slovenia, but Stern apologizing to his teammates as he hits it way out.
That's tough. 3 or 4 fantastic defensive efforts on the side of Slovenia, keeping the ball alive, giving themselves opportunity that started with Rawpret here. Another huge dig, cross court, but the finish going after the hands and just miss high up the top.
And Salima, USA really has their back against the wall in this tournament right now, but they've come in with a lot of fire into this match. Like they think and they know that they have a chance to get into the playoffs.
Absolutely, they're playing at a really high level right now.
Woo! There's that block to Falco and Smith. A monster block.
That is a monster block for sure. Look at the timing here. Both blockers perfectly. Look at the drop by DeFalco. That's what does it. Hands are up, then the finish into that seam.
Yowza.
Perfectly executed.
But a little momentum lost there for USA. Missed serve. And we're tied up 5-5. Slovenia is in 3rd place in the pool. Only the top 4 move on. So they've got some breathing room, except for they absolutely need to put their foot on the gas pedal in this final round to secure that spot. Kozamernik going deep, or rather, free ball. Wow, not a free ball at all. I didn't think he was going to swing on that. Another tip over there. And a kill there for Earnout. And there was a lot of risks taken in that rally. You know, I even guessed, oh, they're putting a free ball over, but I can't believe they swung on that.
Here's that high swing on the triple block down the line off the hands of Anderson. Earnout's so good at that, seeing the hands.
Tight pass. Earnout! Woo, that was a whip.
It starts with that serve, getting USA to pass this ball over the net. Rawpret starts it, and Earnout finishes.
So USA trailing by 2. Running into some serve receive issues early here against Slovenia. Nice dig up for Kovacic. Tipped over, and that's a reach from DeFalco. Won 3 championships with ACH, 2 Slovenian Cups. There's that back row attack. Nice dig from Kovacic. Shoji getting that one up. And a kill for DeFalco. USA trailing by 2. Nice middle attack for Payank. We haven't seen him for a while. One of the strongest players, especially in the middle for Slovenia.
Well, it's been a little bit since they passed the really perfect ball, and that's where they want to get Payank involved. You saw Rawpret trying to get him fired up a little bit too. So effective.
The captain serving for Slovenia as they're up 3, but it's a miss, and USA gets the ball right back. Urnaut's been playing on the national team for Slovenia since he was 16 years old. And I want to say the Slovenia team's young, but they've just really gained a lot of experience in the last few years and made a name for themselves in international volleyball.
Yeah, they've been very, very good.
Like a silent dragon. There's a wicked deep swing off hands. Chebul.
Give all the credit to Kovacic on that set. Perfectly placed, right where he needed it. Sees the block, hits it too hard.
Some serve receive issues for Team USA. Matt Anderson is going to give a duster back. Stein, great placement off of the hands. He saw Sanders' forearm and really just placed it off of that.
It's a really smart play by Stern. You saw DeFalco try to play this ball. Here's that tough serve right between the passers, giving them
USA will get the ball right back. DeFalco puts in a roll shot kind of serve there for USA. The back row attack, and DeFalco seemed to play with it like a hot potato on defense.
That's tough, no block involved. There's that back row attack, the fast, you see Holt has to hold there in the middle. And they run that behind the head of the setter where there's no block to be found.
And it's going to go in the direction of Team USA. The referee is calling it out.
They want to touch.
We didn't see the touch.
But I did not see it,
We
so
really didn't
that's
see it.
not.
Out.
And when you
Challenge.
We
challenge
didn't see
something,
none
you
of
can't
us.
challenge a touch in the backcourt. You can only touch a block touch at the net. You can see Juraj Mokry, the first referee, conferring with the second referee if he saw anything. Neither saw any touch, so USA gets the point. Back to serve, trailing by 3. High swing for Chebul and Slovenia get the point. USA with a net touch violation.
David Smith ended up clipping the net on that block. It was a nice high swing, of course, on the outside here, and then really trying to reach and get it, and he clips his elbow.
Chebul played his previous 7 seasons in Italy, currently with Asseco Rzeszów in Poland. Back to serve. Really high pass for Team USA. DeFalco rips it off of Kazimirnik's arms for the point. Christensen going to work on the service line. Nice feed there, but Smith denies Kazimirnik. Monster block.
That was an impressive move. That ball was off the net. Not really expecting it to go to the middle. Beautiful set, actually. And Smith just there taking care of it.
So USA has pulled within 2, up trailing 13-11. And Stern! Almost looked like he slipped on something on the ground. Maybe helped him speed up his approach because he whipped it.
He did. You're going to see him wiping the ground here, but he's so good at this, coming in that angle cross court and then turning it down the line. And if you're not balanced and hanging tight down that sideline, he's going to get you. There's that slip you talked about. It's a little bit wet.
Ropret so far has also done a great job of distributing the sets, creating those one-on-one block opportunities, giving space for the hitters to attack in. Kozamernik serving. Short serve, it's gonna be tight. And is that a kill from Ropret? Yeah. Slid across the net, almost looked like he hit a step on that.
Yep. The setters love taking these balls. Here's that tough float serve. Volko had a little bit of trouble, was moving with it. Yep, made a move, got his kill.
So Slovenia has a 15-11 lead, looking to get to the second technical timeout first.
I'll pull DeFalco out of that passing pattern right now.
Anderson with the pass way off the net. He's gonna get the ball back. Triple block, tips over, Stern digs it. And another tip, and this time, he's blocked. Urnaut's blocked, and at first I thought he might have gotten it in between the hitters, but just Anderson at the last minute, tipping his hand like he's reaching into the cookie jar. Sander, pass way off the net. Stern has to bump it. One-on-one, DeFalco. He's only started 2 games before this after getting a late start in the tournament. And a perfect hit from Stern. Slovenia has gotten to 16 points first, up by 3 against Team USA.
Hey, just like the first setup, similar spot, not a chances.
All right, good battle. Stay in there. It's just like last set. We can make it happen. Okay? One at a time.
Okay, setter serve. Ready for 1-5, 1-5, B-balance, yeah. Ready to go.
Just be good on their high balls, huh?
That's right.
Running down treble, he's going to have a lot more defense. Okay, burn out.
Put up the plug.
Ready to go. Let's go.
Our ball here, always got one guy.
1, 2, 3.
Salima, both teams have leveled up on the service line, really putting the heat, making life hard for passers.
Very difficult, and we said this earlier, it's going to be an out-of-system game. Who's better when the ball is off the net, who can score and then transition off of it, who's slowing things down. That's what they're talking about there. Be very good on treble, discipline on your block, and deep, chasing down those high hands off the block.
Slovenia serving 16-13. Tight pass. Stern steps in. Ropret going to middle. One-on-one for Anderson. A bit of a stare down. Goes way cross court. In a Seco in 2018-2019 season. And that's going long. We talk about the brothers on team. Urnaut serving. Quick little look there for Christensen. You talked about how he's so good and really aware of where the blockers are on the other side.
Very fast with that set, but this is a perfect pass. They took a little bit off of it, and USA was able to come up with a perfectly passed ball. You know that Kovacic wants to get that one back.
Kovacic, one of the Diggs leaders here at Volleyball Nations League, came into this match with 111, good for 4th amongst all players. Chebul stepping in, he's gonna get the ball back and finds a space open on USA's defense. Slovenia again with a 3-point lead.
That's such a hard ball to defend. Chebul goes high and extends, fully extends, and throws this ball down into the middle of the court. If you're not standing right there, you're not gonna be able to get underneath it. Nice play by Chebul.
Back row, and Sander just whips that ball. Super spike.
You watch Kozamernik has to go with Holt and comes back in that seam. No block. Chebul's outside waiting for Anderson out of the back row. And that's why that play is so effective.
Here comes up.
Slovenia looking for a side out here, looking to try to gain a little bit more of a lead on USA. Ropret pushing it way out to Chebel, and he gets a kill. He's just unbelievable on those deep sets.
That's such a good swing. The ball's on top of the...
Good pass there for USA. Sander! High off hands again for Chebul that time. Holtz there to dig it. Sander taking some speed off. Stern steps in, back to Chebul, and down the line, and takes Christensen on its way out.
Chebel, so smart with seeing this play. A little bit of that hand. You see Christensen try to finish back into the court, but he catches it. Nice swing down the line by Chebel.
Back to Sander, he takes a rip, that's dug up. And Chebel onto the back row. You mentioned earlier in this set, you've got to beware of him when he's in the back row for Team Slovenia.
Well, Kazimiernik slows the ball down. That's why they were able to transition out of this. That first swing, touch, conversion. That's what Slovenia does when they slow the ball down at the net.
Timeout, USA.
This is a little bit of a challenge. We're going to have Maddie come in and be a little bit more tip-oriented. Then area 2 has to be a little bit, make sure that line hand is there. Of course, we know they're seam guys, so you're going to have to play that, right? Okay. Area 6, continue to be deep. Okay, just run that down.
Hey, one ball.
Yep, that's right. One ball.
Right back right now. Let's go.
We got this, boys. We got this. USA.
Hey, way to react to that fake, boys, huh? 6 hands up. We're going to get that touch.
Hey, good battle. Good battle. Good battle. Good battle.
So Slovenia leading 21-17. We heard Spera mention about their defense. If they're going to be ready for the tips, they have to be ready for other things as well.
They're just trying to adjust. Let's make a little bit of adjustment here, see if we can slow some things down. That's what you need to do.
And they definitely... But that's going to go long, and Slovenia gets the ball right back. Similar to the last set, a lot of misses when it got to crunch time.
And you see Slovenia celebrating, I mean, really trying to find that energy, even if it's off a missed serve, give themselves more opportunity here to make a push to win this set.
Kazimiernik going right after Anderson. Nice block there! And just a little fist bump from Payank. He's so serious in the huddle. Not a lot of celebration from him, but the rest of his team loves it.
Here's that dive into the cutback. He's done that a couple of times now against the USA middles, reading it really well, giving some props to the bench, so someone's talking to him about it.
And USA will take their second and final timeout.
Hey, it's a good battle. We're doing lots of good things. It's good for us. Embrace it. Embrace it. Next point. Next point. Okay.
Slow here, same thing. Hey, keep working hard, huh?
Yep.
Let's try and see if we can get more. USA.
So we heard Spera saying it's a good battle, let's embrace it. What does he mean by that, given that they're down by 5 points?
Well, I think he just wants them to enjoy the process and be in the match, show their energy, their fight, and just enjoy the battle.
And we see a substitution into the game for Slovenia. Short pass there, just over! Payank once again at the front row, and he's gotten Slovenia to set point.
Clap your hands.
A smart serve by Kazimiernik, getting Anderson to pass this ball short. It gets him out of the play and it forces this overpass.
And that's block a few balls. Payank steps in. Out to Earnout, and Slovenia takes set 2, 25-19.
Right now, they're going to need him to count on him a lot more the rest of this match.
He was named the best outside hitter of the 2015 CEV European League. Fun fact, He loves dogs, and he has a Sphinx cat. Who doesn't love an animal lover, hey? Slovenia, USA tied up here in set 3. Slovenia starting things off on the service line. Same lineup for both teams. Matt Anderson kicks the block. Nice pickup from Earnout. Chebul going high off the block. Sanders with an aggressive tip, but blocked by Payank. He was just flinging that off the hands.
Slovenia just chasing down the balls, keeping it alive. Earnout with that huge play, and here's the hang and the weight out of the middle, Slovenia.
There's a rare smile from Payank.
Yeah.
He smiles for other people, maybe just not for himself.
Yeah.
Really high toss for Earnout when he serves. Right back for Holden Payank! Monster block, just absolutely denies Holt any space to hit towards.
He is so locked in. They know on this perfect pass, he reads the setup. You watch his eyes. He's just staring at Christensen the entire time, watches the release, perfectly timed block by Payank on Holt.
So Earnout, the 32-year-old captain, is going to go back to serve, currently playing with Power Volley in Milano. But it's a miss, and USA is going to get the ball right back. And Earnout's been playing on the senior team since he was 16. Next month, Holt, the best middle blocker of the Volleyball Nations League in 2019, back to serve, and that's another miss. Payank going right after Sander. Wow, nice middle attack there. Smith had open field.
Smernik actually jumps with a little bit with Christensen on this perfect pass, a full jump actually. Open net for Smith. That's that perfect pass by Sander that made it all happen.
A rip on the service line for Christensen. Nice setup by Rombrat. Koza Mernik.
Conversation
No,
about
it was not. I saw it clearly. So it was enough high to be not over.
Sometimes the blockers stay down a little bit when that ball's all the way over the net. A little bit of frustration on the USA side.
Slovenia up 4-2. And, you know, we continue to use this storyline when teams miss the serve, but they're just going after it, really trying to make things difficult for the passers.
They are, and sometimes it's one right after the other, and this can be the men's game sometimes, with a lot of hard rip jump serves.
There's Chebul taking some speed off. Anderson going cross. And Chebul lets it spray off of his arms. Point USA.
DeFalco handling that short little roll shot in front of him from the serve. A nice high swing over the top by Anderson. Sees the block, sees the defense deep into the corner.
Anderson, the MVP of Nations League in 2019. And Smith just tags the line. Took a little bit of time for the referee to make that decision, and it is an ace. And after trailing, USA's tied things up 5-5 very early in this third set.
Well, these are tough to see, especially as a ref. Remember, there's no line judges. Right on the corner.
Doesn't get much closer than that. Smith going to that same target area in position 1. Great tip over for Stern. You could see Anderson still on the ground there. A lot of frustration. A huge wide open pot, as we call it.
Well, that's difficult. Anderson starting his swing block move to the outside because that's a faster set, and then has to recover and make his way back in. It's a smart shot on the right side. Nice tip over the top.
Fast pass, fast set, and fast kill from DeFalco. Station there with Anderson.
There's that quick set. We talked about there's just so much. DeFalco hits the ball so hard that even if you're there, it can skip off your arms. It's a lot of heat coming behind that swing.
Burnout coming in with heat. That's dug up by Soji. Nice dig now this time. Whoa, another one from Sander. Tipped over. Chebul's gonna put it out to Earnout, nice and tight. This time, Slovenia gets a free ball. Out of the middle! Bayang! And Slovenia never gives up.
Coming over, perfectly placed ball. DeFalco tries to help out, but Payang too physical and strong for that play.
So Ropret, the setter, is going back to serve, trying to get Slovenia to 8 first. A nice block touch from Payang. It's just out. But he's got to be happy about the timing, at least, of getting up and taking something off.
He's there. He's been doing a really nice job blocking the middles, actually taking away the right angles at the right time. And Holt sees it and turns that ball. It's a half swing. He doesn't try to hit that ball as hard as he can. Half swing so it can go out of bounds.
10 points so far in this match for DeFalco. Perfect pass for Slovenia. And there's Earnout, and Slovenia reaches 8 first, up against, with a 1-point lead against the United States.
Non vogliamo mai un muro. Se non arriviamo nella posizione che non vogliamo, ci fermiamo lo stesso. Diamo spazio per la difesa in mezzo. Via. Dai, opa.
Kako ih cepaš, ajde! Ajde še, ajde še, ajde še.
Ne pozabi če kako udari.
So USA took set 1 30-28. Slovenia took set 2 25-19, and now we're almost tied up. Slovenia with a 1-point lead here. Short serve, pretty good pass. Way out to Sander, and that was a tricky roll shot. Came in with a lot of speed, changed it up at the very last second.
Really nice shot. Like you said, full steam ahead, easy roll shot over the top of the block.
So the 34-year-old middle blocker, Holt, who was way back at the beginning of the match, one of our players to watch, going back to serve. And that's another miss for Team USA. (9-8) for Slovenia. A lot of misses so far in this third set.
Yeah, this has been a back and forth again. Both teams, trying to serve tough, but at a certain point, sometimes you have to groove the ball in, trust your block and defense.
And a hit out for Stern. He had some solid angles to work with, but just goes deep.
That was a fast set back there. A little bit low, I think. Tried to hit that angle that he didn't really have with the speed and the height of that ball.
So Christensen going back to serve. His mom was a 3-time national champion with University of Hawaii Volleyball. And there's a nice transition play for, or side. Tight pass there. Anderson taking a rip. Dug up by Kovacic. And a kill down the line. And that's one of our first longer rallies after the timeout.
Starting with big defensive effort. Kovacic getting that ball right where he needs to, and Chebel, you know, if he's getting the ball, he can score.
It's an ace for Slovenia. But you can see that Spera stepped in right away. He's going to challenge that, whether that was in or out.
Yeah, that's a tough one. They thought at first maybe that was in. I mean, he ripped the serve down the line, but we'll see if it's out by just a little bit. Oh,
and it is out, and you know, that's a tough one, again, for the referees to judge. There's no line judges here due to COVID-19. So the first and second referee have to make all those choices on their own. And while the second referee might be right there, it's still not an easy position for him to see.
No, it's not.
So we saw a U.S. sub, Kyle Ensing, will enter the game, 24-year-old opposite hitter, replacing Anderson. And another point, USA has taken their first lead, 12-11 in this third set. Another challenge, this time from Slovenia, whether there was a block touch.
Slovenia getting their middles involved, again, when they're passing well. Nice high swing.
No block touch. Great serve from Sander. A tip, recycled by Slovenia. This time, Chebel hammers it cross court, ties it up.
He's just so good that you can go back to him after this ball is blocked, recovered, and he just gets in there quick, finds that seam, sees it, gets on it.
Chebel second overall at Volleyball Nations League for points. 15 right now. Might get to the 200-point mark in this match. Back for attack, great dig. Free ball for our USA. Falco rips it off of the hands, and USA will get the point back.
Well, that defensive effort is still there on Slovenia, keeping the ball alive, working at the net as well, trying to get some touches, slow things down. Nice swing.
So we're going to see the middle blocker, David Smith, back to serve. Short serve, nice pickup from Earnout. And Stein, you could see how much curve that ball had when it came out of his hand and hits the sidelines. I feel bad for the boards.
A lot of side spin on that ball. He wanted to hit it hard. It's a smart serve to start this play. Earnout is out of the play, so Holt is able to get over there and put a block in front of Stern. It's a big miss.
14-12 now for Team USA. Earnout hang time. Christensen gets it up. And a roll shot. Easily handled by Slovenia. And back! Woo! It's a monster ball. Just, I can't believe he got that up there. That was such a fast set.
Well, that's the responsibility. DeFalco takes the quick. You see him, he's there, and then Holt just hangs tight on the back row attack. Really well executed block move by Holt.
And you could see Slovenia was trying to do a double substitution, but just called too late. So that's gonna have to wait. Nice pass for Earnout. And that time, I don't know if he was blocked or if he actually hit it into the tape.
That ball came inside the block of Holt, who didn't quite finish over the net. You see the hands aren't pressed over in time. Find some space between the block and the net.
Slovenia serving, trailing by 2. Nice dig from Kazimernik. Shoji takes that away from position 5. But it's the substitute who's gonna get the kill. Nice effort from Ensing. And we've reached the second technical timeout. USA leading 16-13.
It's that fast swing by Ensing that we've seen throughout the VNL. He's done a fantastic job and earned himself a spot in the Olympics.
Ricordiamoci che non abbiamo finora fatto fatica sulle palle corte, abbiamo sempre fatto fatica sulle palle alte, quindi troviamo una posizione che ci consenta di usare il bugger. Non pensiamo, Tona, il segreto è non se faccio una cagata non ci penso più e penso alla prossima palla. Dai, via!
Samo na dobre sprijeme podelamo, pa je, Tako ako malo dobro podelamo.
So we've got a great game here. Each team, Slovenia and USA, tied up at 1. Who's going to take this third set? Right now, USA's got a 3-point lead. A lot more on the line for USA as they're trying to claw their way into 4th spot, currently in 8th in the pool play action. Only top 4 move on. Back to Stern, nice hit down the line, and it's interesting because Salima in the timeout there, the Slovenia coach said, let's not think about the mistakes, just think ahead.
Yep, that's it, and look at this set. High swing down the, I mean, you can't defend that ball. You cannot defend that ball.
Tell that to Shoji, okay? Holt going middle. Great dig from Kazimernik. Tip down the line. Shoji's there. Again to Holt. This time he slams it down. 2 times, 1 kill.
Holt with a little bit of a hang there in the middle. Is that dig? He waits, changes it up. Maybe I'm going to hit it with my left. No, I'll hit it with my right. I changed my mind.
His arm not even extended. He just hit it totally like with a for Slovenia. And that might have thrown off America a little bit. The substitute, Alan Stick. Really high toss for Earnout. And miscommunication. Set over! And Earnout just jumping in, and what a great play from Slovenia.
Taking it on the second ball. So it's a lot, you've seen this play where some of those hitters will now fake that they're gonna attack on that second ball and set somebody, but he just kept going with it. Waiting on it, waiting. Is he gonna actually swing at it? Yes, he is.
Slovenia now within 1, a missed serve, and it's gonna be USA taking a 2-point lead in this 3rd set. And substitute into the game now for Team USA. Number 18, Garrett Magatutia, is going to replace Holt. Mwagatutia plays for Poland. He got third at the Polish Cup in 2021, this past year, 33 years old. Oh, a great pick up there, just trickles over it. That has ignited Team USA.
Oh, there's no way that even happened.
Woo! Slovenia now taking a timeout.
That ball should have been down, and then down, and then down. Somehow, USA.
Flailing limbs everywhere, just trying to get that ball over.
A lucky roll off the tape.
Tic-tac-toe.
Freeze! Everybody clap your hands. Come on, y'all. Check it out, y'all. Here you go. Here you go now. All the way to the floor.
Mwagatutia back on the service line again. USA up 19-16. And an ace for the substitute. He's actually one of the ace leaders on Team USA. 7 coming into this match. That's his 8th.
He's been so solid at the service line this entire VNL. He has a lower toss. You talk about Ernald's high jump toss. This is a lower toss, and then he just gets on it quick.
And a lot of power. I got to give a shout out to Mwagututia's father. He was an Olympian in the 1994 Olympics. And do you want to guess which sport?
Powerlifting?
Bobsleigh.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Push it, basically tobogganing on steroids.
Yes.
Great dig from Mwagatutia. This time lefty attack from Chebel, and USA is going to be called on the net. So Holt's going to go back into the game. Great substitution effort though from Mwagatutia. There's the dig.
See if we see this net on the turn. That's Smith, his arm. Yeah, Chebel calls it. He sees it.
Here comes the comeback from Slovenia. And now USA calling a timeout, down by 2.
Fight it off.
Hey, you're going to do another one? Yeah, we're going to fight this one off. We're going to get the side out.
I'm saying, like,
Play all good.
just try to fight it off. We can play high ball. We can recycle.
Yeah.
Just got to funk. Here we go. Everybody on deck here.
Let's go, boy.
Let's go.
1, 2, 3.
USA, go.
Everybody on deck. Let's go.
So a few messages about coverage there on Team USA, putting out a high ball, being ready to recycle, supporting your hitters. We can see the points breakdown. USA did have that great service run to put themselves ahead. They're still ahead, but Slovenia is just opening the door right now. They want to get their foot in the door. That's not going to help. USA now up 21-18. Nice pass for Slovenia off a tough serve. Good pickup from Christensen. It's a tight pass, so wow. Just Sander are taking a rip off of that second contact, and a lot of messy plays there on the Slovenian defense.
Yeah, that was a tough rally on both sides, really, not controlling the ball. Here's that effort by Christensen, keeping the ball alive. And then just a random play on the other side of the net. Smith not really even sure it's coming over. A nice swing off the block.
Dobbiamo stare a pensare
Timeout Slovenia.
risultato, il set, perdiamo, vinciamo. Rimaniamo con la testa lì. Datemi ascolto, rimaniamo con la testa e con l'aggressività sulla palla che c'è in quel momento, non pensare ad altro. Dai, via!
Ajde!
Bravo, Dari, to pizdaš, kaj to je?
Ajmo to!
So Slovenia has now used both of their timeouts up in this set. You can see, here's a breakdown of how things are. You know, both teams with 10 service errors, or pardon me, Slovenia with 16.
And you don't know exactly what was said in the timeout. It's like, calm down, we have time, control the ball, take care of our touches. I mean, that's the key right now for Slovenia.
Back to Skit. Dug up by Sander, or DeFalco rather. And nice pickup again! Slovenia keeps it alive. Wow! DeFalco just comes out of nowhere and rips one down there.
It's got to be frustrating. Slovenia just keeping everything alive, giving themselves chances, but sending these free balls over with so much effort and so much hustle. But here's that full commit block out of the middle, creating that seam for DeFalco.
Almost 120 kilometers per hour. I'm sorry, I can't do the conversion for miles.
I had it. I have it somewhere. I'm good. Give me a minute.
23:18 for USA. Wow, nice hit down the line. And Chebul coming into the huddle there, trying to just, really get his team going. Right now, Slovenia a bit flat.
Yeah, he has the ability to do it. He can get them going. I know he wants the ball. I would expect him to get more and more swings for Slovenia.
We're going to see another substitute into the game, number 10, middle blocker, Sacho Stalikar. Replacing Ropert.
Get a little bit bigger at the net. See if they can get some blocking there with no setter on the court.
Nice pass for USA to the middle. Smith just hits it out. Slovenia getting to 20. This is an important rotation for Slovenia to keep the serve in because they do not want to give USA set point.
Very important. They have to look at what's going on. USA recognized the block on the other side of the net. They were trying to run the middle just a little low, and he hit it out of bounds.
Schkitt, 33 years old, came into this third set on a substitution. And Singh! A delicate play there, takes some heat off, and you can see the defense was way down the line.
Well, it's a smart play because you've got a huge block in front of you for a reason, subbed in, and Ensing knows if he blasts into those big hands, he's going to get blocked.
So USA with set point, you can see Rockbrett returning to the game. And the miss from Sander. USA still with set point. Chebul, can he do it?
If anyone can, it's him, this man right here.
In the top 10 for aces in this tournament, Chebul going to serve. And it's a miss. So Team USA takes set 3, 25-21, and they're now leading 2-1 in this match against Slovenia. Set 4, USA leading 2-1 against Slovenia, and they're going to start things off with an ace from their captain, Sander.
Sander going hard down the line, wanting to serve this ball right at Urnaut. Wow, that ball almost curved back into the court and hit that sideline. See if he can hit it again.
Goes after Earnout. This time he gets behind it. Earnout tooling it off the block. Just a little swipe.
Roper, so good. This ball is passed way off the net at about 25 feet. He flings that ball out there perfectly.
Can't win them all. And pancaked up by Shoji. That's a high set for DeFalco. And he's gonna score. It went off hands, and I also think it landed right in that back corner.
Impressed with DeFalco's swing here. Here's that pancake layout on the serve. But here's the high swing, looking for those hands, going to that deep corner where there's nobody hanging out. But fun to watch the evolution of.
And there's a great swing for Payink out of the middle, and a good serve receive to start things off.
Well, that's what Slovenia needs. You saw they were off the net a lot in that last set, and they can get this ball to Payink. He can hit around. Even a blocker as talented as Holt, Payink has the ability to do it.
So the captain, Earnout, is going to serve. Things tied up at 2s. And now Holt says, I want to be part of the middle party, and it's a super spike.
Well, that one came down hard. Perfect pass. One blocker up. Payink there, who's been taking the other angle, so taking his cut back, and Holt now hitting it into the power.
So Kyle Ensing starting this set. He came in later in set 3. And wow, great weight there for Stern. He just, he floated on his way down, decided at the last minute to tip it over.
He did. He saw the block, just a little touch right over the top. It's a brilliant play by Stern.
What's so fantastic is when you see players rip so hard, but then have that ability to just be so delicate.
Yes.
The hot and the cold of the game.
They can be gentle too.
Ensing going off hands, and Payink with a late pancake really got his forearm. DeFalco has 1 ace so far in this match. Back there, another kill, or another hit rather, down the line for Ensing. Another one, great digs from Slovenia. Earnout, oh, almost there, trying to pull it back. And Ropret's taking the blame on that one for not controlling the dig.
Earnout frustrated with that, but here a couple big swings by Ensing. And Christensen likes to go back to his hitters. He likes to run it again. There's Earnout, so close to the board. Just couldn't come up with it.
USA out to an early 5-3 lead in this 4th set. And Chebol whacks it off Holt's hands.
Chebol's so good seeing that block. Christensen's up there, big block, tries to take away a couple of angles, drop that left hand. Flat hand up in the air is gonna get tooled.
Tonset Stern with 13 points in this match. Roll shot down the line, Stern gets it. He'll get the ball back, and a big block from Christensen. Team USA setter comes up with a monster block, but the second referee is going to call a net touch violation, and you can see Sparrow coming in immediately saying, I'm going to challenge that.
There was a lot going on there. A big block. As soon as they landed, everyone's wagging their finger. Let's see if we see that net touch on this block. It was a big block. It was a monster block even. We didn't even get to see the replay of the monster block. So we'll see. All the players checking out the big board. They all get to see the replay here in the facility. All waiting and watching. The suspense of the music. It builds.
It's always a tense moment. Okay, here we go. And
Ball's down. The ball's down. Even if he nets afterward, the ball's down.
so it is point, and you see the baby shark celebration again.
It's a little delayed,
Yeah.
but there it is. Baby shark.
What's on the floor? For sure what's on the floor.
Outside, and we're going to see a rip here down the line. Insing came in and has been really electric there on the opposite position.
Ensing can get after it. He can hit this ball hard, and that's Holt setting this ball all the way across the court for the back row attack.
So USA with a 3-point lead, trying to get to the first technical timeout first. Woo! Big bang from the middle. Kozamernik, the 25-year-old, currently playing here with the Lions in Milano, rips it back to 5. And this game, there's a lot on the line for both Slovenia and the USA, but for different reasons. And that's out. Slovenia trails 5-8 at the first technical timeout, and Slovenia is trying to hold on to that playoff position. USA is trying to fight their way into the top 4.
That's going to take a lot for both of that to happen, so we'll see. Every single match at this stage matters.
Bene, ragazzi, cerchiamo di prendere di nuovo il nostro ritmo al servizio. Ok? Quindi prima di me, quello che succede, ricordatevi, lavoriamo perché almeno possiamo andare in sequenza con qualcuno. Così siamo un po' sconclusionati, il nostro target è sender solo 6 in 1, se no per il resto è dall'altra parte. Ok?
Thanks for joining us live for Slovenia versus USA, and after that first technical timeout in the fourth set, USA leading 8-4. And in that timeout, Slovenia, their head coach saying, let's focus on the defense on Sanders. Sanders, number 3 for Team USA, the captain. He's got one more rotation in the front row, playing on the outside. There's a good defensive effort rather from USA. Kozamernik back to 1. Flips the edge of the court. Nice effort though from USA on the sidelines, just playing with that ball.
Staying with it here, keeping it alive. This play by David Smith. That should have touched the ref stand, and it didn't. But a free ball coming over. Kaczmaryk's gonna win that battle.
Ball is going to go right back there to Sanders, and there they said, remember in that timeout to watch Sander. There he was sitting out of the opposite side, a different angle that maybe Slovenia is not used to.
They watched him, yep, in that rotation. He stays on the right there. They want to get him the ball if they can. Hits this ball inside a triple block. They have to make a move on him and make a big play. So that's Sander getting after it.
That serve is out and takes a couple cameras down. Ropret serving, and that one's out again. We've seen a few times teams exchanging misses, and USA up 10-7.
That one definitely got away from him. I think he hit it on his forearm. And
also, if the game goes to 5 sets, then Each team's guaranteed a point, but the winner only gets 2 points. If you win in 3 or 4 sets, you get 3 points. Right now, USA needs every point they can get. And a deep back row attack. It's out for earn out. USA is getting the ball. A lot of the players for Slovenia demanding, though, a challenge. So Slovenia will ask whether or not there was a block touch. And yes, there was a block touch. You can see holds pointer finger on his right hand. Little waggle.
They have a little talk at the net, joking around with one another.
What I find funny is with the challenge being introduced, a few years ago, you always know if you're going to get caught or not.
Right.
Do you fess up? Do you admit it? Or do you decide, we'll see how much I touch my finger?
With the Hawkeye, it's tough. You're always going to get caught.
Yeah. Nice pass for USA. Ensing's blocked. Chebol.
Well, that's a big play by Chebol, the one-on-one, but he stays down the line. He knows that Ensing can hit this ball. He's late, and that's where he's going to want to beat him to the pin, and Chebol reaches out, turns him back into the court.
Just roofs him. Slovenia trying to tie things up, earn out on the service line. And they're a fast attack, nice dig. High set, tipped over. Holds out of the middle. Just popped up really quick, slams it down. 2-point lead for USA.
And USA has adjusted their defense up against the tip. That's the biggest difference right now. DeFalco coming in, making some plays, controlling that ball a little bit better. You're not seeing those tips fall, and now they're able to run the middle in transition.
So 24-year-old opposite hitter Kyle Ensing now back to serve. He's been playing with Berlin Recycling since 2019, but it's a miss. Slovenia gets the ball back. Payink serving right to 6. Great pass from Team USA. And it's a back row attack, but it's illegal. Sander, his foot contacted the attack line.
We have to take a look at, hits that attack, that line.
And it's awkward when you know you've been over because you really can't get your body out of the way to let that ball drop. Set and took a 2-1 lead. You can see the service error, Slovenia with 20. And that's a massive block for Sander, all alone on the outside. But I think once again, we're going to see a challenge. And unfortunately, we aren't getting the replays of these plays right away because
Sander held tight down the line. He's been turning that ball back. It's a nicely lined up block, and we'll see if it landed in or out.
And it is just in.
Wow.
So another, you know what? Baby shark celebration for just a baby touch on the line.
Oh my goodness gracious. What is going on?
I also think maybe Team USA needs to get a bit more creative with their TikTok celebrations. So challenges remaining, 1 for Slovenia, 2 for Team USA. And that's an ace for Team USA. And it was close on the line, but I'm not sure. I don't think Slovenia is going to use their second challenge right now.
No, they knew it was
It's right on the line.
Yeah, they saw it pretty quickly. It's a big rip by DeFalco, just going after it right now from the service line.
14-11 now for Team USA. And that's a rip out of the opposite for Stern. He's really been counted on in clutch moments for this team.
And he's so fast, he gets on it so quickly. Sanders pinched in just a little bit on that bunch block and can't get all the way there. He beats him fast down the line.
His brother Ziga's on the team. His dad was also a player, big volleyball family. Stern now paints the line. And Slovenia gets an ace, and they've got some momentum, but still trail by 1.
And this is what happens. An ace or an error, this is why they go after it. They have these opportunities to score big with fast serves.
Stern going back to serve again, and this time, though, it's a miss. And there we see Smith back into the front row. Holtz going back to serve for Team USA. Burnout is going to be passing right in the middle of the backcourt for Slovenia. Passers have all taken a step back, expecting a deep serve here from Holt. Backdoor attack, great block for Smith. Blockers lost it, so a nice high pass there from DeFalco, and over top for Sander. He hung up there, and a great attack cross court.
What a recovery on that block. Everyone's jumping, nice soft block to control that on the USA side.
Second technical timeout, USA leading 16-13.
Ragazzi, siamo lì. Spero che non ci finiamo la pazienza di alternare le battute e di far muro difesa, che è tutto lì, ragazzi. Basta un break, bastano 2 break, con un net, con qualcosa, ritorniamo sotto, siamo vicini, credeteci, va!
Hey, come on, opa! Sbijamo ih se.
So USA had a point run there, 3 points earlier in this set, and then Slovenia responded, but a missed serve, and then some strong attacking from Sander has put USA back on top. Nice pass for Slovenia. Chebul rips off the hands. He's got the ball back for his team.
We talked about this earlier with Chebul. Needs to get more involved in the offense. He has the ability to score high off the hands and really just get his team going.
And watch for him in the backcourt. Ropret loves to give him the ball there. And there, Smith is blocked. We'll see on the replay how fast that double block for Slovenia was up.
It was up quick. He may have hit this just inside, cut it inside the tape here. Yep, the block is there, it's in his face.
Substitution for Team USA, Mitchell Stahl entering the game, replacing Smith. Stahl's a 26-year-old middle blocker. He'll also be at the Olympics in Japan in a month. And a really nice deep swing. Sander just faced. Christensen serving, USA up by 2, and the serve's just out Slovenia. He's gonna get another chance here to pull even. This time it's Kazimernik serving.
Here's that big serve by Christensen, knows he misses it as soon as he contacts it. See if the USA gets Stahl involved. Stahl's a physical attacker that can really thump it in the middle.
Back there, and a rip off of the hands for Sander.
Slovenia taking away that cross court just as they should. He likes to hit this ball sharp and cross, and he takes that line approach this time. Catching the edge of the block.
The captain leading with his Obviously great leadership qualities. Oh, and it's a miss. I jinxed him on that one. He had a great couple rotations there in the front row, getting his team some points. We've talked about how it's just uplifting for his team to have him back on the court.
Absolutely.
Great pass for USA. Right into the middle. Stahl is jacked up about that one, and for good reason.
I told you, he can thump it. Get him the ball. He's going to hit it as hard as he possibly can and get fired up when he's done. Mitch Stahl coming through for the USA. Everyone flexing.
Fear the beard. Stahl now deep flow, just out, a couple feet.
Stahl normally with a big jump serve, trying to take something off of it, hit a floater.
So Slovenia has some work to do. They're down by 1. They want to win this match, keep their spot in the top 4. That's gonna go back, a high tip. That's dug up. Now Chebol gives it back, but this time straight down. A dangerous tip play.
He did that a couple of times earlier in this match so far. Here's that nice set flung back there. And you see him on top of it, beating the block. Shows he tries to fly in there as soon as he sees his arm, but Chebol too big, too crafty.
We're gonna hear now from John Spera, Team USA timeout.
I don't know if you saw that. Okay. I mean, that was all right, good. Good battle. Yep, that's right.
Hey, 20. Kyle's going back to 19. Teammate foul. Sorry, I'll get that. Yes. Let's go. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. USA. Let's go,
So we're tied up here now. USA has taken their first time out of this set, back and forth throughout this entire latter part of the set. USA had a few runs at the beginning. Slovenia has done a great job to get themselves back into this game, trying to extend it to a tiebreaker set. Earn out, putting it deep floater, and that's out. A tough time to miss for Slovenia.
Again, both teams changing it up a little bit, not really ripping those last few serves, jump floats.
We're going to see Garrett Mguago-Tutia back into the game. He has been fantastic on the service line, a couple aces in this match. And what's impressive is that USA has maintained their level of play, but they've continuously put new players into the game. Very different lineup now for what started in set 1. A miss serve, and maybe not that different, but we've seen a lot of different players come in.
Yeah. It's nice to see some changes and just add some different elements and see if you can sustain what you're doing and even elevate the level of play.
Ensing back into the game for USA. He's going to be playing opposite. And another miss for Slovenia.
That one a little bit too far in front of Pajenk. Couldn't reach and extend and get on top of that ball.
DeFalco now, back to serve for USA. The Americans up 21-20. Pass is way off the net. Rob Brett has to bump that all the way back to Chebol, a triple block. And DeFalco, pardon me, Sander got on that one. And just goes right in with the baby shark.
I mean, you got to. As soon as the ball falls, you got to baby shark it. But here's that triple block, strong and solid. Sander's so good at that. In a strong position as the third blocker, and the baby shark is alive.
Timeout Slovenia.
Sulla corta, quelle ce le toglie, stiamo lunghi, mettiamo la palla lì se non tira forte, facciamo il nostro gioco, Fai correre un po', quando ti sposti. Left and right, open. Dai. Hoppa!
Take it small, ljudi! Oh!
Ajde zdaj do konca, ajde zdaj do konca.
Vamos to, stay down, stay down.
Okay, a look at the statistics. 9 blocks for USA, 8 for Slovenia. 5 aces, though, on the service line.
Yep.
Just 2 for Slovenia. And you can see a lot more errors as well for
23
Slovenia.
service errors. Yeah, that's a lot of service errors.
They're,
right now.
they're going after it, but it's
They
not
are.
transitioning to a good, you know,
Right.
serve pass game. And there's a great serve from DeFalco. Now out to Stern, blocked. Team USA's really got their block game going. That one's tight, and that one's gonna go right back to USA, and it's a net violation.
Oh, that's tough. Sharon goes up to tip the ball. You'll see the blockers try to pull their hands. He ends up hitting the net, not finding the hands.
Timeout, Slovenia. This is their second and final timeout of the set.
Momento di Sender, prima sopra il 20 dove poteva dava la palla a lui. Se c'è una palla lunga di free ball saltiamo a palla sul primo tempo. Vai! Oh!
This is a big moment for Team USA, looking to get all 3 points in this match if they can close it out to 4. Slovenia will still stay in the top 4, but every win matters at this point in the tournament. And a miss, some life and relief on Slovenia's side.
Well, DeFalco's one of their toughest servers and can really get them off the net, get them out of system, so that's a big miss right now for the USA and good for Slovenia.
Sacho Stelakar coming into the front net. He's gonna, front row rather, he's gonna be a blocker at the net. Slovenia typically does this at the end of the sets. There's a good serve for Slovenia. Back for Ensing, and it's out. Slovenia edges closer to tying things out.
USA using that whole net. Christensen, ball is passed forward, flings it way back there to Ensing, who sees the line, has it, and misses it.
Another great serve for Slovenia, this time back to Ensing again! And a monster block there for Slovenia, and whew, what a time to get that kind of momentum.
Perfectly lined up block. Look at Chebel just reach outside, drop back in. It's so easy for him.
And USA calls a timeout.
Hey, one pass here.
Here we go.
Go hard on the rough.
Side out. Get a reel. Side out. Get a reel, boys.
Hey, listen. Hey, listen, from row 4, as the pass goes towards here, Mitch is going to front all the way. So you're one-on-one, or is you serving? Yeah, you'll be one-on-one in the back.
Let's go. Let's go. Oh, 1, 2, 3. USA.
Game on.
Things tied up here, Salima. You can see Slovenia's just put 3 points back to back to back together there.
Well, that's the key. We look at all the other sets. That's when it happens. A couple of points in a row. That's the difference. Extend just by a little bit.
And who's going to get set point in this rally? Tight pass. Nice play there. Holt tips it over. A big block and match point for Team USA. And you can see some complaints now from the Slovenian side. They believe that Christensen was over the net.
Yeah, they thought that ball was across the plane when he jumped to one-handed set that ball. No call, frustration, and a big block by USA again. Getting that triple block, and Sander getting that, making it happen.
Holt back to serve for the match. Slovenia needing a big side out. And it's out. So a bit of sigh of relief for Slovenia. Still a lot of work to do. And Chebul, who happens to be in this position a lot of the time,
he does.
serving for the set, trying to keep his team in it. He must have ice in his veins. Sander! He'll get USA another hard. I know, deep swing, earn-out.
That is a monster swing on the outside by Ernan. He goes up, elevates a little bit higher, goes over top of a huge block of the USA. Ran into the stand there and a piece of equipment came off.
Little extra time here for Kozamernik to think about things on the service line. Shoji, the main service here, person in the back row. And an ace for Slovenia!
Perfectly placed ball. Easy jump float that just drops.
And that's Jetski, who is substituted into the game. Of course, it's going to be a place that Kozamernik's going to aim at. You can see now Sanders re-entered the game. Great pass now from the captain and a middle attack there for USA. Stahl kills it and things are tied up again. An interesting substitution there for Team USA. Is that trying to get players some experience under pressure?
No, I don't think so. I think he thought it was the right move at the right time. So I'm not sure. No, not in his head. So back at it.
Great pass for Slovenia. And a middle attack this time, Payank. And Slovenia has set point 27-26.
Slovenia handling that serve really well, and you know where it's going. That ball's passed perfectly, and Payank's in the front row. He's probably going to get it.
So we saw Team USA with 2 match points, and now the tables have turned. Slovenia with a chance to extend this to a 5th set tiebreaker. And an ace for Slovenia! We are going to 5. Ropret gets the job done. Finds the seam. And did you expect that about 3 minutes ago?
What a battle. You know, you can't give up on this, certainly on Slovenia. They are so good and so talented. Both teams playing at a high level. So, no, I wasn't expecting it, but I'm not surprised.
So Slovenia takes set 4, 28-26. They also took set 2, 25-19 rather, and it's been back and forth, but who is going to respond in the tiebreaker? These two teams have never met, Salima, which is really interesting. Of course, you can, do your scouting analysis on the other team, but when you actually haven't been there, past the serve, seen the hitting angles for yourself, this is, coming into this raw.
It's a totally different ball game. Being on the court with a team and then learning as...
5th set tiebreaker to 15 points. Ropret back to serve for Slovenia. And Stahl starts things off with a kill out of the middle for Team USA.
Sander holding it down from the passing. Stahl, we talk about him a lot. Up, physical, can beat the block. They're going to want to get it to him as much as they can.
Stahl played in Mazaik in Belgium last year. He's going to Poland next year. He was the best blocker at the Pan Am Cup in 2017. Missed serve though. Ball goes right back to Slovenia. The captain Earnout serving. Pretty good pass up. Holtz blocked, and it just hits the tape or tips the line rather, and high ank. Starting things off strong. We're going to see a challenge though. The ball in or out. This is a challenge from Team USA.
You see them going at the net, laughing a little bit, saying it's either a little bit in or a little bit out. It was super close. Shows you he's chasing that one down and diving right past it. And
just in. Each team has had one about by that margin. The USA had one. I think it was in set 4 early on now.
Well, Payan gets that block up, ready, stuffs that ball into the court by a hair.
Two-one Slovenia. DeFalco ticks the line, and that took a while for the referee to make a call on. They weren't sure if it was in or out. Really fast play, hard to see.
Well, he fought off that pass. I mean, really got on that. Had to fight it off big time and gets up. They're all staring at the line. I don't think anyone really knew. So fast.
We're right in front of it. I couldn't tell. It was a blur. 2-2 Slovenia, USA. Perfect pass for Slovenia. And there's a nice rip from Chebul.
Chebul's been so good on the left side, really just working the block. Christensen knows he's one-on-one. Has to take away a couple different angles. Look at that set by Roper. That right hand just up there. Chebul uses it as a target.
Right to the middle, Holt. His arm's just a boomerang, just slaps it down. 3-3 USA, Slovenia.
USA's been passing really well, putting themselves in a good position to run the middle, trying to beat the block with some speed. We'll see if Slovenia can respond with the same.
Back out to Chebul this time. One of his favorite spots to tip, right in that big open space on USA's defense.
It's just tough. You're back on defense. You're ready for the tip to come. Ensing goes up the line instead of playing that ball that's right in the middle of the court.
Back and forth so far in this 5th set. Slovenia up 4-3. Passes off the net. It's going to go right back to Sander. He's blocked! And a great close from Chebul with a triple block.
It's a big move. This ball's way off the net, so Slovenia gets that triple block, and Chebul's so big. Gets both hands open and strong with that left hand.
And we're going to see Matt Anderson, number 1, back into the game. He started in sets 1 and 2 and 3, I believe. He's going to replace Kyle Ensing. 5-3 Slovenia. Great coverage there from Team USA. There's a tight one. Anderson's there to cover that one. And Sander tips over. Off the net for Chebul. And he puts it back to 1, but it's out. And even though Slovenia is the team that's cheering the loudest, and you're going to see immediate challenge called by Slovenia, whether there was a block touch or not.
Yep, shocker. Not surprised. It's a big point, a big play, a nice high swing. Looking for those hands on a ball that was inside the court.
With no fans, sometimes I also think it's the team that cheers the loudest that sometimes gets the point. We see a replay though, no touch.
Nothing.
No touch.
Used 1 video challenge up in this set. They've got 1 remaining. Almost a miscommunication there. Chebul wasn't sure if he should come in and take that, but does make the play. And Ropret, he was coming in, a little hesitation from both players.
Well, that was way off the net, and he wasn't sure if he was going to just try and play and set outside, or set to the back row attack, but this is Chebel, so smart and physical at the net. That's a fantastic play. Just tooling inside the block.
Chebel ripping it, passes way off the net. Really high set for Sander. He just rolls it off the block. And there's a really high pass from Slovenia back to Stern. And he's gonna get the kill as Sander installed just a little late on the block. Kazimirnik going after DeFalco. Great set there for the middle for Stahl. And that was way off the net, but Christensen really forces those sets anywhere. Back to Stern, and another kill for the opposite hitter for Slovenia. 2-point lead.
Stern attacks the ball at such a high contact point. See this swing, fully extended. DeFalco trying to reach out there and get it. Nice high swing off the hands.
Robert, who's got one ace in this match. Back to serve, and Anderson getting his first swing in a while, and there was some tightness at the net there. Anderson just in the player's mind. And an ace for Stahl as he's lighting it up.
Well, that's what I thought he would do in the first serve and the second one. He took something off of it, but now he went back there and just said, I'm gonna serve my ripper. It's the right time.
And Stahl has tied things up, 8-8 now. That one's out. And another miss. And you can see that Earnout's looking up. He's actually talking about the fact that the lights are on. Nobody's addressed this so far on the court yet. And he's complaining that when he looks up on that high spin serve, that the light is actually in his eye.
Yeah, he definitely made that motion and was looking at it, and there go the lights.
And now the lights are being turned off, but you can see the Slovenians are complaining that they should get a reserve because how come they played, but they've played a few points with the lights on now, which is an awkward situation to be in.
That wasn't the only point. I mean,
Okay, ask Super.
Okay, but it's necessary, no. What?
So the first referee, Juraj Mokry, is indeed saying that it is going to be serve USA. And I think that if Slovenia wanted to complain about that, they had to do it right away.
right, and I think, yeah, if it had happened right at that serve, it may have been a different story.
So Anderson serving, things tied up at 9s. Good play from Chebel, but DeFalco rips it, and that was a really tough serve from Anderson, putting Slovenia in trouble right from the get-go.
I don't even know how he got that ball through the block. DeFalco took a big swing at that at the end here, just a little step close, but still went for it.
And time out Slovenia.
L'unica difficoltà è andare un po' avanti per tenere la palla alta, ok? Quella poi giochiamo con pazienza la seconda palla sul centro della rete, via.
Vamos! Ajde ljudi, vamo!
Daj.
One, two, three, USA!
I'll give him a treble, right?
You want him in a bunch right there?
Another play.
USA with 6 aces, Slovenia with... Anderson serving for USA. And it's a miss, and Slovenia ties things up. This is gut check time for both teams. Perfect pass from Shoji, right to the middle, hammers it. Bolt destroyed that ball, super spike. Woo.
Well, Shoji steals this pass, making it perfect, and it's so quick and high. You see the frustration right there. Kazmiernik not in position, Holt gets the kill.
Passes off the net, but easy for Ruppert to handle, but that's a hit way out for Chebul, and he apologizes immediately, but oh, there's gonna be a challenge. He thought there was a big block touch.
Well, we'll see, you know, it's the right time. I need to challenge a high swing off the hands, or at least going after the hands.
Here's the review, and it does just hit Christensen's hand. And you can see that right after that ball left Chebul's hand, immediately he's, you know, waving his arms. And that's a big challenge because not only does Slovenia maintain that challenge, you only lose it if it's unsuccessful, but they've tied things up 11-all. Big miss right now at this moment for Slovenia, as USA is within 3 of taking this match, but just up by 1. Back to Chebul. Another hit off hands in that cross-court direction, and he's going to go there all night long.
He's going to hit it. He can hit it sharp and down or deep. You watch DeFalco comes into the court expecting that harder hit ball because the block's not completely formed. He hits it high and deep off the hands.
And a rip from Chebul on the service line. Wagututia recycles the ball. It's time to Anderson, and he'll chip it through the block. And USA regains their 1-point lead.
A really smart play by Moagatutia on that first swing, just hitting it into the block, giving USA another opportunity to transition. Perfect set out there to Anderson.
And Slovenia really needs a side out here, but they're gonna actually take a timeout.
Ok ragazzi, attenzione alla variazione, massima attenzione in copertura, ragazzi, aiutiamo l'attaccante. Hoppa!
So USA is serving. It's going to be 12 for USA. Almost an ace. Urnout is now swinging hard down the line. Dug up by Christensen. And there's a kill for Stern. And USA's block was almost there. It just jiggled up in the air and dropped.
This is that swing from Stern. There when you need him. That's that block. Wagututia in a decent spot, and they just couldn't finish over the net.
And here's that block substitution Slovenia has used. Sacho Staliker coming into the front row. Deciding now where they're going to block. Tied 13-all in the 5th set. Anderson hitting now out to the left side, and he goes over top, but it's out. No block touch. Slovenia with match point. No, we're gonna see a challenge. Team USA is challenging whether there was a block touch.
Well, that ball was way out. May have caught some hands, but we'll see. It was a big swing by Anderson. High and flat. Watch everyone taking a look at the board. This is such an important point.
The first time these teams have met at the international level. Who is going to take it? And it's just over top, but no touch. So Slovenia will keep their match point.
Watch him bring it back.
Here we go, boys.
Everyone ready?
What you think?
USA needs a side out here to stay alive in this match. Where's Kazimirnik? He's going to try to end it once and for all here for Slovenia. Up to Anderson. He takes some speed off down the line. Back row attack! Chevrolet has done it! Kill Slovenia! Game, set, match, and that is it. Slovenia takes it in 5 against Team USA.
What a battle. Both teams just playing this incredible level of volleyball.
You can see how fired up the Slovenian head coach is. And remember, USA could have closed it out twice in the 4th set. They made some substitutions, let up momentum. Slovenia got right back in this.
They did. They went hard. They served tough. They were strong at the net. A well-deserved